my liver, right? And you're missing my head. Like, and you're missing my leg. Like, my dude, what the fuck are you kicking? About 2 minutes in, I started dropping my hands because it just hurt so bad. Like, it felt like it was like not a sharp pain, but it was like, but it's so painful. So I had my hand down, and Buddy just started piecing me up, and I'm like, oh my God. So if you guys are watching this, aim higher, right? If you're gonna aim for like the liver, like the elbow, just aim higher, and then you'll just naturally land on the wrist, and then a couple of those, the hands come down. It was so crazy. Now, why did I bring that up? It's because I have my hand on my mouse and I'm starting to feel it. Now it's either that or carpal tunnel syndrome, but I don't know. He said the whiplash. Okay. Oh, zinc, that phase two, baby. And obviously, we saw phase two here clear as day this morning. Clear as day. This is which model is this, by the way, for all the masterclass folks? Is this model one, two, or three? If you're looking at the Asia session range, is it model one, two, or three? Because if you look at the London range, the answer is actually different. But which model is this? Okay, and if you guys answer this correctly and I get a unanimous response, I will give you the re-entry price. I'll give you the re-entry trade. And I'm not gonna have to change, well, I have to change one thing, but it's gonna be very easy to find the zone. Dizzle says, yeah, I'm a kickboxer. Yeah, Dizzle, bro, fam, try it to the fucking to the wrist, dude. It's so you're basically aiming for the neck. Like if you aim for someone's neck, it's gonna naturally go a little bit lower, and that's exactly where the wrists are gonna be. Okay. And if they start raising their guard to try to get like the forearms or like let's say like they try to absorb that impact on the forearms or the elbows or something, then they're gonna open up their liver. And at that point, just do a little switch. James, there you go. Tap and go. All right, guys, take the fib. Go ahead, hit reverse. Where's my entry? Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was the entry price? If no one gets this, I'm ending the stream.
AA6.
Yeah, no shit. I'm talking about what's the entry price, bro? Here, I'll put it back on for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and type it out, Mike, just because you know we have people gonna watch this on the YouTube. So put it in the chats. Okay. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Bobby. Was that hard? Fuck. Like I'm gonna give away a free trade idea and free money, and no work has to be done. Like, just fucking type it out if I'm asking. Just make me feel like at least I'm not giving away my strategy like for nothing. At least some learning is going on for fuck's sake. Stops below the 61, stops below the wick, technically. Um, all right. I'm new. Do you use ICT? Brother, you don't even know what ICT is. Like, why would you be asking that? Because if you knew what ICT was, you would know this isn't it. And if you don't know what ICT is, why are you even bringing this up in the conversation? This is just madness. This is LMAO. You guys got this. But I don't. I feel like I don't want to be a negative drag, but I feel like it's just one of those days where my patience level is at like zero, and because you guys really have to. This is my natural personality. Okay, I get on the live streams and I have a considerable amount of patience. The man I had to become to trade, like I can't even begin to tell you, you know, that's a journey. You understand? So yeah, some days you guys are gonna see me just be me, and that's the whole point. Is I don't give a fuck. That's me. So if you don't like it, kick rocks. If you do like it, then you're probably have thick skin. You'll probably do all right in trading. Think you'll be okay. All right. Re-entry zone comes up right at that 38, which is that TP2. So let's see if we get a full push back down. We could this entire region here between the 38 and the 61 is a potential re-entry. So personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter because it's especially if it's a Friday, I'm going to enter a tester entry at the top zone, and then I'll enter the full position at the bottom zone. Understood? If you guys want to take the risk, you can do half and half, or not. Sorry, not half and half. What the fuck? You can do third and then two-thirds of your position. What I'm going to do is a bit more conservative. I'm going to do a quarter of my trade on this one, and then I'll do the 75% of my position at the bottom entry. Put something in the chat. Just rub your hand on the keyboard. Anything, just anything in the chat. If we're clear on this, it could be anything. Just rub your hand across the keyboard. Hit enter. Just so I know that we got this. All right. Thank you guys. That reentry was clean. Didn't catch the 886. Tap it because it was before market open. 15 minutes after it opened, it retested off the 38 for more buys. Yeah, I did. Beautiful. And it almost came back to the 61. It was like real fucking close. All right, that retest is coming back in perfectly. Right on time. Go ahead and change the visual order. Why do I still have this? It's from back when I worked at Merrill. Yo, brother from RSA here. Just wanted to ask your opinion on gold. From RSA. From RSA. Is that about South Africa? Or RSA like the chip ID? I was about to say a pen. You need some ganja, bro. I'm saying, Andreas, bro. I'm like, oh, because when I'm on streams, right? I like to stay sharp, like to stay clear. But then I get days like this where like I really just should. And little do you know why I got my camera off, right? Because I'm already 5 steps ahead of you, Andreas. And you a smart man. You saw it from a mile away. Go ahead and look at gold. We'll do a full round. Super secret magnet indicator. Can't beat it, can't fight it. Go ahead and just give up. Just lay it down, people. Okay? The keys to the castle, just give it to the barbarians. Just fucking give it up. Because there's nothing that's going to beat the super secret magnet indicator. Can't beat it, can't fight it. Undefeated, undisputed. Can only be found on the Chartaddicts live streams. First zone got hit. Then the price came back to the same re-entry, 2300. Then hit again. Then came back for another retest again. And then came up and respected the zone again. Break retest of that level. If you guys are a Chart Addicts member, let me just go ahead and remind you. Okay, let me go ahead and remind you. I'm pretty sure we came up with a new name for this, but duck, duck, goose. You understand? Everything will always duck, duck, goose before it runs. You got your duck, you have your duck, you have your goose. All right, that one is a little bit less pronounced. This one, no goose. Big goose over here. Okay, so it was model 2 off the quick. Here's the consolidation. Okay, here's that little baby push up first. Here's that retest back in, and then you have the move. Continuation model coming in for gold. The next target is 2450. 2450. 2450. All right. Let's take a look at US 30. Okay, we have a pretty clear zone right here. Go ahead and clone that. Boom. So RIP, my grandma, somebody I used to really love and respect. She used to always tell me, Roy, there's an 88.6 on both sides of every box. And I was like, what does that mean, grandma? And it just took me years. Sometimes it just takes years to understand what they were telling you. Sometimes it's just, yeah, yeah. And then, you're just there one day, you're like, oh, that's what they meant the whole time. There's an 886 on both sides of every consolidation, discounted premium. Grandma, you're a genius. I just had no idea. It's not got the 886 close at 2-1. Oops, caps. Yeah, I was about to say, Roman, bro, is that the whatever pre-workout you're on? Go ahead and send it out to the squad. He's yelling in the group chat. So it's a safe space, Roman. It's a safe space. You're amongst friends. All right. I mean, I don't know how this can get easier, guys. Like, I don't know. Like, do you want do you want the market to just jump out of the screen and yell at you and just say, take this trade if you love your account? Like, I don't know what you'd be looking for to take this trade, but it's basically all there. Okay. This is batch pre-wired ONN 350 megs optimum nutrition. Pre-wired. Oh my God. My bad. My heart palpitated a little bit just reading that. It's crazy. My favorite new stock of the week is KOSS has been very active and it's been nice today. It's up over 40%. Appreciated brother just subbed. Awesome. Welcome. This guy's advice is top tier. Incredible. Shit. I don't know what advice I gave, but that's how it is. Guys, why are we only getting 40 viewers? Is it because I roast at the beginning of the streams? Is it because I curse a lot? What's the deal? What is happening? Because no disrespect, we were doing pretty good. People were watching the streams. We're getting hundreds of people every stream, and then we're going to we were on the way. And now I just feel like I mean, clearly I was busy and whatnot, but like it's like son, like 40 people is crazy. That's damn near what we have in the Zoom chat. Anyways, what else? What else? What else? Was there anyone else I wanted to call out? Yeah, just the trolls. Just the trolls, man. It's just the trolls. Everybody from back in January, because I know they're miserable, right? Because there's no way that your life is worse than it was 6 months ago and you're happy, right? That's just not how life works, unless they're just completely stupid. In which case, like, that's the end of this argument, right? But yeah, like they were talking so much shit, made my life a living hell. And since then, haven't helped a single individual, not even themselves. Have done nothing but be destructive. And everyone's life around them is way worse than it was before. So it's like, good. I hope y'all motherfuckers are sad. All right. Specifically, I'm talking to the trolls. I hope you're upset. You could have been making progress in your life, but instead you want it to be a fan and you want to follow people and you want to comment on stuff and you want to just, oh, we got him, right? We got him. Today, there's the people all over social media talking about Logan Paul. Let's use Logan Paul as an example because CoffeeZilla is the best example of this. Buddy is definitely hiding skeletons in his closet. No self-respecting man would start a channel like this unless you're hiding bodies. Okay. And I promise you guys, mark my words, I have a very solid intuition for these things. Once they find out what's in his closet, it's gonna be fucking horrendous. Okay. Um, but anyways, time tells all. So yeah. And that's why like you can only ever feel bad for trolls, right? People who troll you, especially you guys, the more successful you get, first you'll notice this in your friend groups. Okay. If you become wildly successful and you start traveling and you have a better quality of life than the majority of the people around you, like all your friends, their wife is now jealous because you're constantly on vacation with your wife. She's posting the pictures in the Maldives and all this shit. You're gonna start to feel that resentment. And everyone has a choice, which is to use the thing in front of them for inspiration or to allow your own self-hatred to create envy. Because that's where envy comes from. If you hate yourself, you can never see yourself achieving the success that you're hating on, right? If you have low self-esteem, like when I look at a successful person, I'm like, thank you. Because if I can see you do it, I believe in myself and I believe I can do it too. That's self-belief. Now, if I hated myself and I had low self-confidence, I would look at a successful person and be like, well, I definitely can't do that. And so he has to be doing it wrong. He's got to be doing it some way. He's got to be whatever. And you just don't want them to have it because it's a constant reminder of your shortcoming, right? So that's why these guys are just like, it's just so sad to me, man. Actually, it's not. Um, they're miserable as fuck right now somewhere. Probably watching this. Probably got my voice as their alarm clock. That's the way that success goes, people. And if y'all think that I'm making you mad off of just me doing me, wait till I really make you mad. Oof. You're like, well, Roy, why are you giving so much attention to the trolls and the haters? Because it's been 5 fucking years, and if no one's gonna put them in their place, guys, guess what? They're gonna keep fucking going. And then look around. There's no more quality in the forex industry. I look at YouTube, it's all clickbait bullshit, repackaged bullshit. How the fuck are you selling ICT strategy like all 50 of y'all? Jesus Christ, man. Have some self-respect, right? Cut the man in, give him a fucking cut or something at least if y'all gonna steal his whole shit and his whole brand and his whole whatever. Like, that's all I see on socials. That's all I see on YouTube. That's all the courses I see. It's all bullshit today. So that's why, if you guys are wondering why I'm giving attention to the trolls and all this stuff, it's like, brother, like someone's gotta call them out. And I'll take the arrows for us. Look at me, right? I'm already getting hated on. I'm gonna get hated on regardless. If y'all think you hate me now, I'm just getting warmed up with my success. I'll give you fucking reasons to hate me. He says, too early, bro. Frenchie, wake the fuck up. There are men dying right now all over the world in a war. Okay? And this is too much. There's kids getting blown up somewhere. Because men don't have the balls to go talk to their representatives and tell them to cut that shit out. Everyone's like, well, someone else is gonna take care of it. This is too much. It's not too much. We're just soft. Everyone's soft. If you are on this stream, right, and you got time to listen to me fuck around, probably society is going all right. Okay. It's going all right. People are definitely hungover from the fourth. Good. All right. More money for me. Actually, it's all the same. The algos running the markets anyways. And that's my favorite, by the way. Do the opposite of what everyone's doing. I was about to go watch fireworks yesterday. I saw a million cars lined up. I said, well, that's clearly the wrong place to be. Why? Because 99% of people are miserable, don't have a life they want, don't live in the house they want, don't drive the car they want, don't have the spouse they want. Why? Spouse doesn't respect them, they're miserable, doesn't have career progress and career potential. So clearly, what everyone else is doing is probably not the right thing. I'll go outside, I see a bunch of people doing a thing. The natural inclination as humans is, big crowd, go towards big crowd and see, because if everyone is doing thing, it must be an important thing. No. And today, you got to assume that it's probably a waste of time. Okay? Now that again, I get it. To each their own. But if you broken shit and you out here watching fireworks and whatnot, loud no unless you have kids, which is different, you're doing it for the kids. But if you out here watching bright lights pop off in the sky with a big sound like boom, boom, oh, ha, ha, look at that. If that's you and you're broke, bro, yo, eat a bag of dicks. Like that's just embarrassing. Because if everything is working out for you, then yeah, I'm the miserable prick, right? It's like, Roy, it's just some fireworks. What's the big deal? If your life is not going the way you want, then shut the fuck up telling me that it's miserable, this and that. The fuck are you watching lights for? The fuck are we doing? You never seen a firework before, bro. Go get rich. Go light up fireworks any day you want. I'll be in the south of France on a fucking mega yacht. I'll light off fireworks because it's my fucking for Kwanzaa, right? I don't even celebrate. Just throw one up for the boys. You can do that. You can put on your own show. Last year, we put on a $15,000 fireworks show that was 15 minutes long. It was on the Seafair mega yacht. After we finished the boat tour in the marine, it was a 600 person mega yacht. It's the largest nautical venue on the East Coast of the United States, the largest event venue on the water in all of the United States. We took that thing out, and it was the night that Miami was playing in the playoffs. Unfortunately, they did not win, but we set off this massive fireworks show. If you guys were at the summit, throw something in the chats if you remember that. And so it's like, that means something to me. Okay. But I did the whole fucking 4th of July thing is a commercial. How the fuck we paying? How the fuck we paying taxes on fireworks to celebrate a day that we stopped paying taxes? The fuck are we doing, people? We went to war with these British cucks over 2% taxes on tea. We don't even fucking drink tea anymore. No one gives a fuck. We got 60% marginal tax rates. Everyone's like, okay, sort of thing. They're fucking retarded. No one cares about 4th of July, guys. No one cares. We did, we wouldn't fucking be paying the taxes. Like, no, we care. No, the fuck you don't. Can't even spell care. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Would you expect now a bigger retracement on NASDAQ after this big impulse? David, where's my entry, motherfucker? And I'm only talking to David like this because he knows. All right, Ray, you know where my entry is. And just go ahead and type it up in the chat for everybody. Am I expecting a deeper retracement? You know I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to tell you. I don't, right? I don't fucking know, right? You can't predict what happens next. I mean, I kind of can, but most people can't, right? So my game is not to predict if this candle is going to fall very aggressively or not. If it comes to my zone and it rejects, respects, and retests that level, then I'm going to take a buy position. So I don't give a fuck if it comes down. I don't know if it's going to come down. Don't care either. But if it does, and it respects, rejects, and retests that entry price that I've predetermined, then I'm going to snipe that thing like Jason Bourne on the top floor. Deep breath, 3 days, no food, no water. I'm going to snipe it with no hesitation. Okay? That is how you make a plan for trading. It's an if-then scenario rather than a predictive model. Okay, what do I think is going to happen next? You don't fucking know, champ. Right? And I just called you champ. That one should have hurt. Right? You don't know. So if-then scenario. If price does this, then I will. Said they're recovering from the fourth brother. If you can't be you, how can we trade? Huh. Interesting. 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 Huh. Did he just spit? I mean, I gotta be myself. At the end of the day, like everybody else is already taken. You know what I'm saying? James said, missed the fireworks. Dude, I finally sat down after 3 hours on that fucking boat, right? I'm playing host, obviously. Finally sat down. I get the burger in. They had this like guava barbecue kind of whatever. They had all these different sauces for the burgers. I'm sitting there. I take one bite. Captain comes up and he's like, yo, what are you doing here? The fireworks show is about to start. I'm like, it's the fireworks show's 30 minutes early. So I go running outside. There was people supposed to propose. There was this whole thing of a thing. And it was arguably one of the greatest experiences of my life. Like having a fireworks show just for us after that night, man, that's unbelievable that we put that on. Actually, it's very believable. Like we're literally the shit. Shout out to the Chart Addicts team. Like since we're on that topic, these are the people responsible for all the success and everything that we have. The websites, the service that we provide to all of our great traders, the FX Summit. Shout out to Golly, shout out to Diverso, shout out to T, shout out to Jacob, shout out to Bryce, shout out to David, to Carlos, shout out to Tyler Scott, shout out to Trey, Big 4K Trey. See, I don't want to forget anybody. Shout out to O, shout out to fucking dude. I know we're gonna be missing some things. Ryan, if you're on here, shout out to you too. Shout out to the whole team. I know we're missing some folks. If I didn't call your name, bro, I love you guys. But yeah. Big W to the CA team for keeping the show running and for making this year's FX Summit is gonna blow the last two out of the water, like by a long shot. Ryan, my fucking dude, bro. Happy to have you back for real. Awesome stuff. Okay, well, let's see if we can end this on something productive. By the way, while I'm pulling up Forex Factory, the promo code for July 4th for the FX Summit has been extended to July 7th. A lot of people were way too busy over the last few days to even think about it, to make plans to take off work. And so they asked us to extend it for a few more days so that they can have that time to really figure out their schedules. So we've obliged. July 7th is the final deadline. You guys can head over to fxsummit2024.com. The timer is right up here, and the promo code is listed right here. Okay. So promo code July 4th, get 40% off tickets, expires in 1 day. If you guys need more details, go ahead and check this out. We have a crazy, crazy lineup of speakers, and it's only getting better. Can't wait to launch the next 4 names, which I want to do today. But my team is telling me to do it one by one. So we'll be responsible here. I'm coming back to VIP in August. Wanted to see what I can do after the December MC Masterclass. Obviously, with your strategy and discipline, it goes a long way. I went 29 and 1. Took my first 2K on Apex withdrawal. Thank you, Roy. Let's fucking go, bro. Chris, let's fucking go, dude. You passed your Apex, went 29 and 1, like fucking Khabib, and got a $2,000 withdrawal on Apex. So would you say, Chris, that however much you spent on the class was worth it after that $2,000 withdrawal? Would you have spent 2 grand on the class now knowing how much money that you can make? The answer is probably yes, because you're going to be able to do that every month now. So what a great world. I just joined. Are y'all in Nas? A few people got in before the market opened C4. I'm waiting for my retest here. I missed the original retest that happened as well, which was this wick. But I'm waiting for one more pullback. All right, patience is a virtue. And it's a Friday, so it's going to be pretending like it's gone, and then it's just going to be very sharply come all the way back. So do not chase. Rule number 5. You guys know the drill. Never chase a trade because you will pay the price. Chris, I'm really proud of you, bro. For real. Congrats on that. And let me know, Chartaddicts members, who here has passed a challenge since taking the class? Who has received a payout since taking the class, and who's received multiple payouts since taking the class? Let's see. Put it up in the chats here. Did you really mean that about yes. What? So did I really mean that did I really mean it when I said I hope the trolls are miserable? Without a fucking doubt. What? Oh, fucking those dudes trolling, bro. They're miserable, bro. But either way, does that bring me joy? Yes. Am I happy about that? That honestly, no. I'm not happy that it brings me joy, but I'm fucking petty. I don't forget nothing, bro. I still have vendettas with people from like 7 years ago over some shit that was said in a class. It's crazy, right? So yes, I hope they fucking woke up miserable. You crazy? Those people are like a fucking cancer on society. They're a cancer on the forex space. And so, yeah, you know, trading is hard enough without fucking with people's head, taking advantage of people's emotional instability and shit. Like, it's just crazy to me. Okay, Felix said I only passed phase 1. What happened to phase 2? Bobby said I'm so close to being funded. So close. I'm $700 away. Bobby, talk percentages. Just take it one trade at a time, my boy. Even if you lose one or two, like take it one trade at a time. It will, the math always adds up. Always. James said past challenges, but not quite a payout. Trying to create buffers before a payout. Smart man, James. That's where that low risk comes in, where most people want to go for that big payout. So they start risking either the same as they did in the challenges or maybe a bit more. If you keep your risk to the point where you can never blow the account, okay, because which is rule number 1, don't lose the money. And then over time, you start to inch forward. That's how you start to get those payouts in. And once you get a couple in, the confidence really does start to play a big role where you're not really second guessing yourself. You're really just trading, taking advantage of it, getting the payouts. And then there's a new challenge, which is don't get too cocky. All right. Take enough breaks. Otherwise, you'll experience burnout or you'll give the money back or whatever. So that's the next step after you become profitable. It's creating those guidelines around your success to make sure that number 1, you don't stop yourself from further success. Okay. Because you get comfortable, you get happy, whatever. You got to stay hungry. But also you want to make sure that you don't give back all the money because that's the real story of trading. Most people get very successful, end up giving the money back. So you have to create those guardrails. It's non-negotiable. All right, so NFP, oh, better than expected. 206,000 new jobs added, or not new jobs added, excuse me, new people who got hired, people who accepted an employment contract. This is pretty good, if I'm going to be honest. But I think a lot of this is seasonal. Who here knows a friend or family that only works a job in the summer? It's a seasonal thing. A lot of those jobs, like let's say the lifeguards, that's only available in the summer, and so I feel like a seasonality effect is playing in here. These are the June, or these are the last week's numbers, so it's pretty good. Last month's numbers. 4.1% unemployment rate. So this is actually pretty important. Going into this year, I told you guys there was three main data points I'm looking at to see if we're going to go into a recession, or three main data points to figure out when the Fed was going to switch. Employment was the number one. So I was like, okay, if a lot of people start losing their jobs, the Fed has to start printing money, or they have to drop the interest rates to stimulate the economy. Jerome Powell, two Fed meetings ago, got out and was like, somebody asked him a question, at what unemployment rate, what number do we have to see here in order for you to start lowering interest rates? And what he said was interesting. He said, we expect a significant slowdown in employment this year, but we've already baked it into our numbers. So it should not have a significant impact on our decisions. Meaning, they know people are going to be losing jobs, and they were trying to prepare us in advance so that people don't panic and expect the Fed to do something about it because the Fed has their hands tied and they're basically telling us they can't step in. So, what does that mean? 4.1%, anything above 4%, we kind of start getting back into that recession territory. If I can just show you this on the Fred website, FREG. Hmm. Unemployment. I'm pretty sure the split was making me smarter. I might have just gained 5 IQ points. Hold up. Let's look at the unemployment rate. Yeah, YouTube has already fucking demonetized me, bro. I don't give a fuck. Okay, let's look at the historic precedents relating to the unemployment rate. So if I was to draw an imaginary line all the way at the bottom, we would see the lower bound is at 2.5%. Okay, it's going to be between 2.5 and 3 is the historical low. So this is COVID. Each of the gray bars represents recessions. This was the '08 financial crisis, and this one right here is COVID. You can see that because people were locked in their house, we had the largest unemployment rate we'd ever seen in history. It was recorded at 15%, but that's bullshit. No one was at work. Okay. The people who are working from home is one thing, but a lot of folks lost jobs. 15% unemployment is like third world country on the brink of anarchy kind of deal. Okay. Um, like Lebanon is about the worst economy in the world today. It's my home country. We have a youth unemployment rate, I think, of about 17%. You would think like worst economy ever to exist, youth unemployment, which are people who have a degree or people who have a trained skill set or people who have a competent skill set. So not just let's just say like copy and paste jobs that are unskilled labor. These are skilled laborers that can't find work. 17% is atrocious. So the fact that we even hit that, big deal. Now, immediately after, we were able to get the unemployment rate down to 6% by the time that Trump left office. Biden took over, and we were kind of at that pace. We've kind of been on that momentum, and then we bottomed out. Now, here's the interesting piece. Whenever you bottom out at the threes and you have a stable situation, look what happens immediately after. So you have stable situation, recession. We hit historical lows, stable situation, recession. We hit historical lows, not historical lows, but we hit relative lows, recession. Relative lows right here. You guys see the dip right here, then recession. You guys see the dip right here, then recession. The dip right here, then recession. The dip right here, then recession. The dip right here. What do you guys think comes after this? What do you guys think happens 2024, 2025? Come on now, don't be shy. Exactly. Roy, Rishi Sunak resigned. God bless. Dude, I actually really liked Rishi Sunak at first because I fell for the bullshit. That these guys are pawns. These guys are such pawns, it's disgusting. Okay, if I'm going to say something, I think the Labour Party, which is the conservative movement, played an absolutely masterful game to switch the narrative, using the media and kind of playing this giant sort of like playing that propaganda sort of game is typically reserved for the left, right? Because they are much smarter, much better, and much more cunning. But I think the Labour Party, there is a populist shift. I'll kind of just take this broad level. There's a populist shift happening all over the world, because when the pendulum swings too much in one direction, there's going to be a counterbalancing extreme to bring things back to the middle. And here's a this is like a historical quote. If liberals don't secure the borders, fascists will. Okay, not claiming that, Milei and some of the folks, some of the Labor Party movement folks are fascists, but it is if the liberals don't get their shit together, you're going to have somebody extreme have to step in. And that's why people cannot have this reductive or this reductionist understanding of World War II, right? Hitler bad, America and Churchill good, right? We win. If that's the way that you're seeing the shit, you are gonna miss. You're gonna fall right into every trap. No, Rishi is left wing, but he was a puppet. That's why the right wing is coming up and making a giant comeback, Gabe, right now. Rishi Sunak was just brought in as a puppet for. He replaced Liz Truss, I'm pretty sure, who was only in office for about 12 days. They were basically saying anything is better than her. He did a pretty decent job, but when you are in the same room as Emmanuel Macron and Justin Trudeau and these fucking liberal communist hacks, they are unbelievably connected and influential, and you just end up falling for the bullshit. Actually, he replaced Boris Johnson, didn't he? So Boris Johnson, and this. Let me just kind of tie this all back. There was a peace deal in 2023 or 2022 between Ukraine and Russia. They flew to, I think it was Switzerland, a neutral third-party country to sign the peace treaty. Boris Johnson flies in the same day, talks to Zelensky, convinces him to throw the fucking deal out of the window. And since then, we've been embattled in this war, this proxy war against Russia. Why the fuck would Boris Johnson fly and convince Zelensky to sacrifice all the fighting age youth of his country to devastate the entire infrastructure, the historical buildings, cathedrals of an entire nation, and then to cost the rest of the world hundreds of billions of fucking dollars? Why the fuck would who the fuck is Boris Johnson to do that? Okay, so you guys think he was working on his own? And you guys think he would have had any pull if he was just working on his own? No. So there is a conglomerate there of the um, elected elite in Europe, in the European Union specifically, that is making destructive decisions for the whole European Union. Why do you guys think Great Britain left? Why do you guys think Brexit happened? They saw what the fuck was happening, was like, fuck all of that. All that communism shit, that open border shit. Yeah, you guys want to fucking pretend like, pretend like this is a Disney World? Have fun. Watch what it does to your country. And now we can see what's happening to the UK, France, and Germany, right? It's like, bruh, populists are coming back. Milei is there. You have the labor movement in the UK. You have Trump in America. Trudeau is about to get fucking booted, hopefully. The sooner Trudeau is out of Canada, the better. Because God help Canadians. That man is an absolute wrecking ball for that country. At least Biden's like, non-compass menace. Fucking Trudeau has, oh, he might as well have dementia too. Um, but he is like a destructive idiot is so much worse than someone who's drooling on themselves, right? Like no activity is better than the destructive communist. That's what I'm saying. Let me see what else. Let me see what else. Oh, the unemployment rate. Okay, so what's going to come next is a recession. Plain and simple. If we stay around, let's say if we stay under 4.5, okay, if we stay under the 4.5 range, then God, even that's a little high. Like, okay, if we stay below the 4.5 range, I think the Fed stays out of it. We break 4.5, the money printer comes back on. That's the official start of the crypto bull run, and the stock market will crash in the short term. But eventually, over the next 6 months after that, will boom like we've never seen it boom before. Do you guys understand the words that just came out of my mouth? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys understand this. After we hit relative historic lows in unemployment, meaning everyone has a job, what typically comes next is a recessionary period, highlighted by these gray bars. Okay? And every single time we're at these peaks, or sorry, we're at these valleys, what comes next is a recession. And what happens in a recession when people lose their jobs, the Federal Reserve will typically lower interest rates and they will turn on the money printers. Lowering interest rates and turning on the money printers will stimulate the economy just long enough. It's like the defibrillator, clear, and you shock it. So they're trying to do. Shock it real quick, get it back going, and then you can bring things back to normal. Pierre Polivier. I'm a fan. But then again, I don't trust him either. Okay? You can't trust people in politics that are so trustworthy because you can't operate in politics and tell the truth, right? So if somebody is so believable and they seem so honest, but they're at the top of the a game, like the elite game of politics, that's the scariest person in the world. You do not succeed in politics without having a significant amount of psychopathy because you have to like the game politics is the whole act of sort of it's supposed to be the art of compromise, the art of cooperation, but it's not. That you have to be an asshole for some others. Not even, bro. That's the scariest thing. You have to be friend to everybody. You can't be a friend to everybody. When I'm out here being a dickhead on these streams, at least you guys trust that I'm not sitting here like, no, I love everybody. I don't see color. Of course I fucking see color. The fuck are we doing? Right? But at least you can trust that what I'm saying is true. Right? Because if I have to watch my speech and stop cursing and all these things, now I am thinking about what to say to you, filtering it through, maybe using a filter that is selfish or that is self-serving, and then giving you guys filtered information. Now my brain is doing that automatically. We don't all just say exactly what's on our mind, but I'm coming pretty fucking close. Okay. So at least I am trying to just be as um me as authentic as possible, no matter how crude it is, because at least you know that I'm being straight up, whether it's you know uncomfortable or not. So that's why but Pierre is like so calm and so believable and so like honest looking, but he's about to be the head of his party and one of the shystiest going against one of the shystiest people ever, and you can't compete with Trudeau and how sick he is in the head unless you're willing to play that game, which is you don't care who you step over, you don't care whose career that you sort of steal. Like somebody writes a bill and you kind of take their work. You don't really care about the citizens. You're just going to do whatever it takes for you to get reelected using this like very convoluted strategy that you have. Like the level of psychopathy you got to have, or sociopathy you have to have, or sociopathic tendencies you have to have is unreal. And that's why, like, I was supposed to go into politics. Fam, imagine getting paid 40K a year to be a chief of staff for one of these people. Like, Lord have mercy, bro. At least if I'm gonna be around a bunch of sociopaths, it better be in the private sector getting fucking paid. You feel me? Right? I'm gonna be fucking ducking and dodging Dahmers all day at work. It might as well be for big bank. You understand? Says so short Dow Jones now, C4 short everything. Do you think crypto is going lower right now is connected to this as well? I'm very, very big on this model that I have for Bitcoin. It's the most accurate model I've ever built. It's the most accurate model that I have built prediction wise. Please don't tell me I lost it. Oh, there it is. Let's fucking go. Sorry, excuse me. Um, oh my God. Bro, I'm fucking undefeated. Undefeated. Y'all, if you've been watching the streams for, let's say, the last 6 months, you have seen this entire thing play out from start to finish. And just for those of you guys who don't believe me, you're not going to go check the live stream, so let me just do this for you. Okay? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Let me show you guys why they call me Pip Stradamus. Let me show you this. Oh, this is about to make your fucking head spin. At least it's gonna make mine. Lord, have mercy. Ain't no way. Come on. When was the halving? It was 420, right? Almost 419. Here we go. Let's fucking go. I know I keep good receipts. All right, so this is from damn near back in March. Okay, so this is way before we even got to the Bitcoin halving. And so the price here, okay, what does that price say? That's 60,852. Go ahead and type this out in the chat. Let me just type this 60,852. Okay, that was the price. X marks the spot, correct? Guys, what was the price on the day of the halving? 60,852. Okay, so this is another one. This is like 2 weeks before the halving. Okay. The idea was hit the 60,852 level, which we did. Okay. Have a bounce all the way back up to the highs at 73,000, which we did. Start to make its way back down. Okay. Back down through the zone and then have a little bounce back up. Start to make its way. Well, actually, this one is where it made its way down and then came back up. And then now eventually, okay, sorry, this little blimp right here, okay, where you want to see price touch, go above and then go under. We had that touch, push up and then go under. And then now we're headed down to those targets of 50,000 and then 40,000 below. After that, the crypto bull run begins. And then if we're lucky, the market goes even lower than these. Okay. Because I'm not day trading this. I don't actually care where it goes or how long it goes, whatever. I want to buy cryptocurrencies at about as cheap of a price as possible. And so when Bitcoin goes down, so does the whole crypto market. Okay. All altcoins included. And so I'll be scooping those up at the floor using Bitcoin as my gauge for when the market is going to turn around. Y'all got me? Okay, so Mike and Chris both took that US 30 at 886. I had my doubts, but US 30 delivered. Why would you doubt the system? Tell me it hit the 886. Did it? It ain't even hit the 886. Oh, it did from the breaker. Oh, I'm a clown. Yo, son. Oh, that's fucked up. I still think it can make its way down though. It's a good 1 hour signal, but I think the 4 hour signal might be a little bit better. Ah, damn. All right, you guys keep me posted on that one. Let me see how that one turns up. I'm still expecting a pullback on Nas for sure. It's like, Roy, it's gonna keep going. It's gone forever. Bro, just watch. Okay. He said Pip Stradamus, bro. That's how we do. No, honestly, that Bitcoin trade was scary even for me. I don't. I'm good, but that's just too accurate because every move the market makes is a chance for the entire model to just get erased. So you gotta hold on for those. That's what makes swing trading so hard. I was just telling the folks before, like with gold and some of these other trades, analyzing is one thing, putting on risk and then having the fluctuations where you're up 25,000 and then it retraces all the way back and now you're only floating 7K and you're like, fuck, dude, I was at 25. I should have just closed it. So there are challenges with swing trading, but the analysis part can't touch me. This is undeniable. Undeniable accuracy, undeniable consistency, and undeniable hit rate. Now it's time to just put the big money behind it and have the patience, which is its own game because you have to commit a significant part of your emotional energy to that, you know? The only way things will go down is another COVID-like episode. No, I mean like look, when Jerome Powell cuts interest rates, the market's going to crash immediately. Okay? And then in the following month or two it's going to rebound.
Roy, can I ask you something real quick?
Of course, bro.
So you know that we were speaking about markets looking forward, right? 6 months, a year in advance. Now that we know that these interest rates are coming up, how is the market gonna behave knowing that the market behaves 6 months forward?
The fact that the market is still climbing, great question, by the way, Gabe. The fact that the market's still climbing is telling us that they don't see any emergencies coming. Now, can the market be wrong? And have they been wrong before? Yes. Because the biggest investors, sometimes they have a blind spot, okay, when they're just optimistic. When they're all just like, Jerome Powell's gonna come look out for us. They are more naive than people give them credit for. Okay, that's how FTX happened. You had like the smartest institutions in the world fall for that shit. It's like, yeah, they can all be wrong. So 6 months from now, they're expecting whatever happens, which here, even if we go into a recession and Jerome Powell cuts rates and the market crashes, it's going to rebound after. And so instead of even like thinking about the crash, they're just buying it up now. And that's basically what I'm seeing is the fact that it's still climbing means that regardless of whether they see cuts or hikes, they expect the economy to rebound and be better off. And then they expect the markets to behave um, they're gonna be bullish as fuck. So they're buying it up now. Because by the time the crash happens, market's gonna be all the way up here, right? Let's just say up here. So they're all buying down here. And then at some point we reach these highs, and then when you get a big crash, it only crashes down to like let's say here. Okay. So even though this is a massive discounted price, it's still better to buy your stocks down here. And that's the reason why the market would be buying, looking with a forward 6 month forward looking, is because they expect price to be so much higher in the future that even when that big drop happens, it's still better for them to buy now. Make sense, Gabe? It doesn't affect your dollar cost average. I get it. If anything, it improves it. Because right now, the cheaper you get in, it's like entering at the 886 versus waiting. It's like, dude, the sooner you get in, the better your average cost of entry is. And so I think they're playing that game. Now, I do see either a retest of the zone, but it's a Friday, and I'm kind of getting this feeling of it's gonna violate, grab all the liquidity from under, and then rebound. So unless I see something very, very clear here, guys, I'm not forcing this trade. If anything, it'll just be like a scalp. It'll come down. I'm gonna enter. It's gonna wick up. I'm gonna take my profits, go and enjoy my day. It's still like less than 1 to 1. Man, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna take that trade. I'm just gonna be done. Make my money and walk away. Yeah, Friday late afternoon run. Chris, there it is. My boy's on. Chris, you're on it today, bro. The fuck are you drinking, man? Share with the group. And drop a like if you guys are watching this on YouTube. Got about 60 concurrent viewers. Last reminder, you have a few days, you have 1 day left to take advantage of the 40% off promo code. Use promo code July 4 to get your discounted tickets to the FX Summit 2024 conference in Dubai. It's the #1 conference, traders, investors, and entrepreneurs. And of course, the last masterclass of the year for NASDAQ 1.0 is going to be July 21st. If you guys haven't learned this strategy yet, you've been waiting, oh, maybe one day. This is your last chance, people. You have about 3 weeks to get your shit together and get in that class. All right, or forever hold your peace. Will we drop a recorded course at some point? I think so, but it's not the same as the guided masterclass. Asking questions and having one person in the group that asks really good questions, that is the most beneficial part of the live environment. Plus the one-on-one calls and the follow-ups. Those are crucial. If you guys have not done those, make sure to schedule your follow-up calls with our team so we can check, make sure you have all your shit together before we send you out there into the wild. Okay? So those are your reminders. Masterclass, you can find the link below, chartaddictsfx.com for that one, and then fxsummit2024.com. Make sure to use promo code July 4th. Code expires tomorrow. All right, y'all. Happy and safe trading. Market's not going to change between now and later. I got my markup here. We know which zones we're waiting for, and it's just a patience game now. So happy and safe trading, y'all. Take it easy. Peace. Light said if you had 100K waiting on all the markets to crash,